I am Cano. I am one of the product managers for HCP Vault Radar. So let's get started. Please let me know that you can hear me. This is like a new thing, so awesome, great. Well, I'm glad you're here. And today I'm here to talk about the challenge of building remediation workflows at scale. And I want to show you how Vault Radar can really help you address this challenge. So let's talk about it, right? The problem with secret sprawl is that secrets are scattered everywhere. They're in code, on servers, across collaboration platforms. And given the fragmented nature of modern applications, this is a growing problem for most organizations. First, because security teams lack the visibility to understand how secrets are being used, what secrets are being used, and whether or not they're managed. And it's incredibly difficult with that lack of visibility to understand when unmanaged secrets get leaked for everybody to see. And furthermore, even when security teams are able to identify that a secret has been exposed, they often have no clear process for how to fix this issue. And that being said, I think that secret sprawl is a people problem as much as it is a tooling problem. And this is due to the inherent tension between security teams and development teams. Because if you think about it, security teams' primary responsibility is to ensure privacy and protections for products as well as user data. Their focus is on risk mitigation, threat prevention, adherence to security best practices, while developers have the mandate of rapid and effective development of product features. So their focus is on speed, innovation, and functional delivery. And this just creates tension. It creates friction. So what should your organization do about this? You should develop systems that support each function and increase their collaboration. So how do you get started with that? You need a strong framework that can help your organization when it comes to aligning everybody in reducing secret sprawl. And this framework is built across 4 primary pillars. The first one, ownership. Understanding who owns the program of secret sprawl reduction, who is responsible for triaging secrets that are detected, that are either unmanaged or leaked, and who is responsible for fixing these issues. Because security teams usually own the responsibility around triaging, while they need to rely entirely on development teams to carry out the remediation steps. Having a documented ownership structure that determines who owns their responsibility around remediation for every single repository will allow security teams to confidently hand over responsibility to those teams. The second pillar is a strategy. What is your organization's strategy around managing secrets? Because secret management is really dependent on your organization's specific product or set of products, tech stack, and the regulatory environment obviously plays a big role as well. So where A company that supports multiple products might opt out for a more flexible approach. Every product team decides what secret manager to use, what best practices to follow. Other companies might opt out for a more centralized and strict approach to secret management. So your secret management strategy should really be tailored to your organization's needs. And as a result, picking the right tools that are going to support that strategy and the teams responsible for carrying out that responsibility is critical, as well as breaking that strategy into steps that can be executed by multiple teams across that organization, making collaboration not only easier, but more streamlined. So when it comes to remediation, what are the steps that should be considered as you're rolling out your strategy and your framework? Let's take a look at that. First, you need a team that prioritizes which issues need to be addressed first, and the level of sensitivity of those issues based on the severity of the secret that has been exposed. Second step is handover, assigning the issue to the right team, which is why having a clear understanding of ownership is critical to the success of this program. Once this is assigned to the right team, they need to carry out the necessary steps to address the risk. That obviously means storing the secret in a secret manager, removing it from code, rotating the secret. And obviously the order of those steps might change depending on the type of secret exposure and the type of issue that you're dealing with. Once all of that has been done, it's really important for development teams to have a way to report back to the security team that that risk has been mitigated. So what does that look like in practice, right? Well, it looks a little bit like this. It's a chain of tools and steps that are interconnected to roll out the strategy that we were discussing earlier. And appropriate remediation workflows can look very differently and are very dependent on many factors, which is why when we built Vault Radar, we built it to be a product that is opinionated, yet flexible, so we can fit the majority of workflows. Now, let me give you an overview about how Vault Radar can support your organization in creating remediation workflows. So the first thing that Vault Radar is going to do for you is we scan your environment. We detect exposed secrets, and we rank each finding by severity, making it really easy for security teams to understand where they need to focus their energy first. So as you can see in our overview page, we rank repositories from the one that has the most secrets with the highest severity, so that your security team knows where to focus first. Additionally to that, Vault Radar provides information to help with triage and remediation. We determine what type of secret it is. We determine whether or not that secret is still active. Where within that Git history does that secret exist? And who and when was that secret committed into code? Vault Radar also has fine-grained permissions that allow security teams to use HCP groups to assign repo-level ownership to development teams within Vault Radar, making that handover easier. We also have notification integrations. Let me just move out of the way so you can actually see what I'm showing. That automatically are triggered based on a series of criteria to alert development teams. In this case, critical events sent to Slack, in this channel specifically. And the idea is that developers get that notification. They can then go and see exactly where that secret lives in code. Then they can go back to the portal to have access to all the remediation features that we provide. Now, let's take a look at those. Vault Radar supports both remediation guidance and remediation actions. Actions will allow organizations to determine a strict location for where secrets should live within your vault based on where they were found in code, which repository. So developers can come to the portal, provide a key, a subpath as well if they want to, and then click confirm. And what's going to happen is Vault Radar is going to go and import those secrets to that predetermined location within Vault. So as you can see, the secret is now stored in that location. We also provide out-of-the-box documentation to guide the developers through the rest of this remediation steps. And this documentation is based on the type of secret that was found. So we have remediation guidance default for general active secret versus what to do when we're talking about an AWS secret, for example. And this documentation can also be replaced with your organization's specific documentation to support with the specific processes determined by your strategy. Once all the steps have been done, developers can come back into Vault Radar and let security teams know that the secrets have been remediated. And this is so that security teams can keep track of what secrets have been addressed, what issues have been addressed, and also be able to report across their entire secret sprawl reduction program. Additionally to all of these features that I just mentioned, Vault Radar has a suite of functionality designed to embed within software delivery practices to help developers avoid unmanaged secrets, avoid accidentally leaking a secret into code. And if you want to learn more about all those features, my colleague Durgesh has a session in the hallway to talk about those as well. That's all. I hope that you took something out of this talk and that you learned a bit more about Vault Radar. I'm gonna be in that corner after the talk, so if you have questions, you wanna chat more about Vault Radar or remediation workflows, I'd be happy to engage. Thank you so much.